Can I be real or is it boring? To give you a peace of mind, cause mine is so enormous. We past the norm, Norman.
What up, though? It's that nigga Mine, man. And I really gotta get used to recording everything that I watch, bro. Cause I'm like enamored in this video already, and I haven't, I'm what 50 seconds in. I'm like, you know what? Why the fuck I'm not recording this? But this is about the guy, Bob from The Walking Dead, right? Who was also, I'm trying to think of his name. D. It was D on the Wire. And I was looking through the comments as I was watching this video, and his actual name is Lawrence Gilliard. Lawrence Gilliard Jr. That's the dude who played on fucking The Wire, and he played Bob. And he actually commented. He said, "Hey Theo, Lawrence Gilliard here, Jr. here. Thank you for your insightful review. I really enjoyed portraying Bob Stuckey. My goal as an actor is to try and show the heart of a character and to make them as real as possible. Thank you for recognizing my hard work. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Be well and don't eat tainted meat. Haha." Shout out to Lawrence Gilliard Jr. because his portrayal of D on The Wire, bro, was fucking amazing. And also as Bob on here, because it was crazy, especially the tainted meat part that he referenced right there. But we about to get right into the video. Like and subscribe so we hit that 100K today. We about to get right into this shit.
Bob Stuckey is a character who made a big impact on the show during the short duration he was on it. And although the character's story ends in heartbreak, I believe Bob is the most accurate representation.
Baby girl, yeah, I remember that shit. It was crazy. The thing is, after Glenn died, I stopped watching The Walking Dead. Not because of really Glenn's death. It just got repetitive, and I was just like, I can't even watch this shit no more.
That we get within the show. So let's go.
And that's how I am with shows now, bro. Like I need to get back into Fallout, right? After the first season, nigga, watch that shit. I ain't even really into it now. They about to come out with another season of what's that? I can't even think of it. One of my favorite shows, and it's just right there at the tip of my brain. With my mans. Now what shall I be? Will I be? From coming out with a 4th season. I can't wait till that come out. That's a show I'm anticipating. I was anticipating Fallout. It came out. I don't care. That the same thing happened with The Boys. When the last season came out, I haven't watched the last season of The Boys. Like, one show I'm anticipating, I know my heart of hearts I want to see is Common Side Effects. But Walking Dead, after Glenn died, I didn't really care for it no more.
Why Bob Stuckey is the most realistic character in The Walking Dead.
And he was the most realistic. My nigga, Everybody Hates Chris got killed so quick. That nigga died like 2 episodes.
Pre-apocalypse Bob was a medic in the US military and battled with an addiction to alcohol. After the world falls, he is left the only survivor in his group, and he has to watch the ones he loves die around him. After this, he battles with survivor's guilt, and he wanders the world all by himself, wondering, is he the only survivor left? Until Glenn and Daryl find him and bring him back to the prison in episode 30 Days Without an Accident. And after causing the death of Zach in a supply run due to slipping back into alcoholism, he is yet again left haunted by his actions. This is when Bob decides to change and starts to take up a bigger role within the group. And after the fall of the prison, he is left with Maggie and Sasha. And it's during this trip to Terminus that him and Sasha start to form a relationship, eventually becoming partners. Towards the end of season 4, we really start to see the optimistic side of Bob, and he becomes a beacon of hope for our group, as he truly believes that the world will recover from the apocalypse. Unfortunately, after reuniting with our group after Terminus, he is then bitten by a walker in the food bank while out looking for supplies. But he doesn't tell anyone before that night being abducted by Gareth and his men. And when Bob wakes up, one of his legs is missing, and Gareth and his people are eating it over a fire. And this is when Bob says the famous line,
I've been bitten, you stupid pricks! I'm tainting meat.
This line is a fan favourite and showed even in his most vulnerable state, Bob still found a way to find the positive in the situation. After Gareth and his crew are dispatched by Rick and co, Bob gets to live out his final few hours surrounded by his new post-apocalyptic family as he eventually takes his last breath.
Rob Stookie.
I think the character of Bob is loved so much by fans because everyone can see a bit of themselves within the character.
Yeah.
He's happy and optimistic, but he also struggles immensely with loneliness and self-judgment. But no matter what, Bob always perseveres and finds a way to deal with whatever comes his way. Let's take Bob's alcohol addiction, for example. This is a widespread problem that affects millions in the real world, and it's the first and only time addiction is represented within the main show. Nearly 1 in 10 adults suffer from alcoholism, and this is the only character out of the hundreds of characters we meet across the 11 seasons that is actively shown to fight an addiction of some kind. Now, obviously not everyone is
only time. Yeah, you know what? That's crazy. Because just the reality of it, like, some people would be going crazy and drinking way more, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like a fucking zombie apocalypse. Not me, of course. I'd be like, nigga, my main priority is to be able to shoot these motherfuckers and survive. You know what I'm saying? Nigga wouldn't even be thinking about drinking. But also, they made it realistic. Like, it's still available. It's still there. If you can gain access to it. Just like on From. Drinking is still accessible.
Obviously not everyone is addicted to something, but outside of this trait, Bob is still very realistic. And the way he wanders around by himself alone with his thoughts, it's just all very human. And I mean, when Daryl and Glenn come across him, Bob is just starstruck that there are other people alive in this world. Bob Stookie is so well written, and he is a character we grow to sympathise for and accept despite his problems. He does such a good job of depicting what an average person would look like in this scenario. And I know my opinion is echoed amongst the fan base, as Bob has a large following, and I see lots of people saying how much they miss the character of Bob within the show. But I think the death of Bob is possibly the most real part of his character, as he doesn't have plot armor. He's just a regular guy stuck in the apocalypse who eventually meets his demise. I think with Bob's death, fans felt like a bit of realism.
He was going crazy for that bottle. I remember that shit.
Fans felt
that's a
Bob
big ass
died way
booger.
too soon. And obviously, I would
nigga
love to have seen Bob survive longer.
Like, you tripping.
But the impact
nigga, you done threw my bottle. You know how valuable that bottle is in the apocalypse?
Within just a single season is something I don't think I've seen replicated within.
And what I do like, man, and I noticed, bro, a lot of the people that was on The Wire, they end up working together, because obviously the detective Carver was the pastor on here. Then you got Cuddy right there. So then what's that? I never looked at Snowfall like that. I looked at the first episode, a little bit of it, but I know that the mama from The Wire is on there. You know, I didn't look at, like, I know a few characters from The Wire is on Snowfall as well. So it's good to see them working together in different type of, you know, stories.
Bob's death was tragic, but it was also realistic. I think many people would like to believe that in an apocalypse they would be like Rick or Daryl, but I actually believe that Bob is a more accurate representation of
most people,
human. He isn't this superhuman who survives every situation that's thrown at him and taken down tons of bad guys. He's just a guy trying to survive, and I think that's what makes the character so compelling. He's such a well-written character who's dealt with stuff pre and post-apocalypse and has lived through some harrowing times. He's a kind-hearted, compassionate survivor who deals with the mental side of the apocalypse that isn't often tackled within The Walking Dead, as we see inside the character's psyche. It's a refreshing turn of pace for the show and a great depiction of what living in this world would really be like.
Yeah.
We never really saw a character like Bob ever again after his death. I think
Facts.
the only character in the franchise that is even comparable to Bob is Nick Clark from Fear, as they are both truly unique characters, and I think they give the most accurate representation of a true survivor.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching and all of the support recently. I've just hit 600 subscribers and
That's
I
the
can't
realest-
thank you all enough. So please,
That's the realest breakdown of that character, bro. Like, real shit. Because, like, you know, most of them forgotten, but Bob, nah. Nigga ain't forget about Bob. A lot of motherfuckers got killed on that show. Like, I remember the first nigga that was beefed out with the biker and shit in the first, like, episode, a season. He got killed. Nobody cared. The biker got killed. Nobody cared. You know what I'm saying? And I think that happened to be, what's his name? Darwin? I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about. The cool biker nigga. Norman Reed's character. I don't know his name.
like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time.
Like, I really was watching that shit. Then after, like, well, I believe the 6th season, that had to be the 6th season, 6th, 7th season, I was done. I couldn't watch it no more. But with that being said, like and subscribe so we hit that 100K today. Stay peaceful, productive, and positive. This is that nigga Mine, and much love.
Can I be real or is it boring? To give you a peace of mind, cause mine is so enormous. Way past the norm, Norman, while you're conforming. Like comforting mattresses that comfort them with torment snoring. Like you in your own home with a home phone. I'm on like E.T., got a phone home past the moon. It's not a movie, I'm about to fly past it soon. Spiritually, I roam alone. Physically, I'm eating off a plastic spoon. Sometimes I get caught in the spur of the moment when